Hello everybody, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Bets Golden. I'm actually here today with a really fun project that I want to make, and I'm going to be utilizing the January Hedgehog Hollow box. And so I thought I would show you what is in that box. First of all, look at this beautiful print. This gives you a hint of what this box is going to contain. And on the back, there's a nice little note. And then we get right on into what is in the box. Now, it did come with some fun little sweethearts, like the little sweetheart candies, but I gave those to my son right away. Okay, and he inhaled them. So look at these stamps. Are those not just the coolest stamps ever? They're geometric and they're so fun. And then there's also this, which is Find Your Way, and it's more of like the geometric type background stuff. I have some ideas on what I'm going to be doing with this set as well. And then look at these fun little sayings. So in addition to the geometric stamp sets, you also get sayings that match the stamp sets, which is so awesome. And some of the sayings include, "You really are a cute one." "Remember that the most valuable antiques are dear friends." "Be yourself unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn." "You are mine, singularity." "Follow your dreams, they know the way." And "You give my life directions," along with a few others. And then there's also the small little owl stamp, because there's a big one on this. There's a large one here, a small little unicorn stamp. There's a large one right here. So there's just so much fun goodness here. And then if you are a monthly subscriber, you also got this amazing template. I cannot wait to play with this, and it's arrows. So lots of fun with this. Now, my very favorite thing in the kit, I'm going to show you. It's behind here, and that's what I'm going to play with today. And that is the geometric chipboard. First of all, I wish that you could smell things through YouTube, because this stuff smells amazing. And it comes with a whole bunch of fun little geometric shapes, and I cannot wait. And so today we are going to do something with these little shapes, 2 of them. We're going to do something with this heart. I'll set that aside. And then we also are going to do something with this butterfly. And then there's some little mini shapes. So there's 2 little mini unicorns, 2 little mini butterflies, and 6 little mini hearts. How adorable is that? So let me set this aside, and we will get started playing with this fantastic geometric shape chipboard. I want to create today a stained glass effect using 2 different kinds of techniques, or at least something that I hope will be a stained glass effect. It may just end up being really cool. And the first thing I need to do is I need to emboss my chipboard. I want to give it a black, nice lacquer coating. So I am just going to take my embossing ink and a piece of scratch paper to emboss these. And it's really simple. You could use black ink if you have that as well. It doesn't really matter. You just want your chipboard to be completely embossed for the look that I'm going for, at least. So I am just kind of smooshing that in here. I think I got a pretty good coat. If I did not, it's okay. I can go back through it and do it all again. But everything on that is looking pretty slick and shiny. So I kind of think I did good. Now I'm just going to take some black powder that I have from my stash. Tonic makes a wonderful embossing. I love their embossing powder and their embossing ink pads, but mine is relatively new and I didn't want to beat it up. So I'm using my old stuff. And I am rather generous with how much I put on here. Now I am going to use some tweezers just to pick that up and shake it off. And then I'll go ahead and put my, and see, I'm going to flip it over and just make sure and kind of tap it in there just to make sure that I have a really nice coverage on this, and I do. So I think I'm going to keep that in here as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just heat set this, and I'm going to hold it again with my tweezers because it is so delicate. Now from here, I need to adhere my, I want to adhere my butterfly first so that if anything seeps out, she has time to dry. There's a couple different ways to do this. You can go ahead and use a fine point tip, adhesive tip on your favorite glue, or you can just take your favorite glue with a little bit of, with a brush and brush it on the back, which is what I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be a perfect coating on this. Excuse me, the hiccups. Because what we're going to do is eventually going to really hold it down even better. So I'm just going to take and just run my brush lightly over the back side of my geometric shapes. And I'm really trying to, like, I got a glob right there. I didn't want to do that, but that's okay. It will dry clear, so. We are going to make a stained glass effect, hopefully, crossing my fingers, with the jewel drops. We're going to do the Nuvo jewel drops, and I am using strawberry. And I also might use some crystal drops with Simply White. and then Crystal drops an ebony black on this, and I am just going to fill in each space, alternating the color on this, and when it dries, it's going to give that beautiful shiny appearance that stained glass has. And if there are any bubbles in it, I welcome it, because stained glass often has little imperfections of bubbles in it as well. So, this is just going to be so cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one filled in. I need to let this dry, but look how beautiful that is. It resembles glass. It is so much fun and it's so gorgeous. I actually, as I was doing this, if you noticed, I did have a few little spots where when I got done dropping the drops, it kind of splashed over into another color. And all you do to remove that, as you saw me do, is just get a pin or something small and carefully just scoop it up, and it came right up with no problem at all. I love the translucent jewel drops in the strawberry color. This on this heart I think is so cute. In fact, on another heart I might do all red. It's just so adorable. But this is so much fun and really plays that geometric type feel. Now, let's say you don't have jewel drops, but you have something like crystal glaze or glossy accents. I'm going to show you what to do with that as well. And we're going to color in the butterfly. This time I'm going to use alcohol markers. If you don't have alcohol markers, you can go ahead and just use some colored pencils or whatever colored items you have on hand. I have to tell you though, you want to be a little bit careful when using things that are not a quick dry or a water-based type product, because when you put your crystal glaze or your glossy accents into each of these little spots, it could cross-contaminate if you're not super careful. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my alcohol markers, and I'm actually just going to fill this in like it was a butterfly. Have it all colored in, and these are a new marker set to me. I've used Copics before, but I did not put a piece of paper underneath of this, which would have helped the bleed through from not happening. I don't really mind it. I noticed it immediately when I started coloring this in, but I just kept going with it because I kind of wanted to see what it would look like in the end. To me, mistakes usually end up to be really cool things. So if you don't want the bleed through like I have, then go ahead and put a piece of scratch paper underneath of your image, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead now and just cover this whole thing in crystal glaze. The whole thing's covered in crystal glaze, and I didn't really pay much attention to if I went up over the embossed edges. I didn't really care because I want it to be shiny. The only reason why I was a little bit more careful with it over here is because my colors is what I was placing in the little pods. So I'm going to let this dry. I'll take a couple up close photos for you. Make sure you check those out. Also, head over to the Hedgehog Hollow's website and their blog. There are so much inspiration, great ideas over there. The talent on that design team just amazes me. So go check them out. Also check out my website, betsgolden.com, for more ideas on card making. Until next time, happy crafting.